Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm a minute late or so, and hope everyone's doing good today. Just checking my volume. So, good morning, Carrie, Cavell, and Barbara. So, let's see. So, today is Conversation Day, and let's set the energy first, and then we'll have conversation. All right. So, we're going to call in Mother and Father and reach out to the angels and the ascended beings. And we want to thank everybody for all the prayers for Prime 3's brother. Sounded yesterday like he was doing better. So let's see here. Good morning, Carrie and Cavell and Barbara and Kathy Marino, Marby, and Prime 3. And Prime 3, I hope your brother's still doing well. So let's do our statement. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. All right, great. I wanted to talk a little bit about yesterday and all the messages. They were quite unique, and now the messages are giving you, in the unraveling of what it means, some work to do. And I think that's going to be continuing. It's just a raising up of consciousness that brings that through. So I just wonder if anyone had an experience with their process yesterday, with their message that they were given. We would all be excited to hear. Good morning, Anik. Okay. I thought there was someone else here. Okay. So I wanted to kind of give you an explanation because if you've traveled around YouTube, there's a lot of people that do a lot of different things. And you may already know, I don't know if you know, how it comes about that they get different information. I think there's one other mother on YouTube that I've seen. But what that simply means is it was taking a long time and a lot of different experiences, but my energy is just very, very clear. And I reach a place, and I went through training for being a mother for 9 months with a very high energy of mother. And similar to how some of you were given things to do today, it's like every morning I was given a task. And it was on how I approached it, resolved it, contemplated it, depended on my growth further and higher towards being a mother. So that was in about 2008 where I completed that. So today, when my field is very, very large and very clear. So when I do something like yesterday, I reach out to whoever comes as I see them coming toward me in that level of consciousness. And we share that understanding in a very clear space. Like yesterday, it was periwinkle came from, I had to step from one place to another to get it. But there's a lot, as you can understand, a lot to it. And I just am a vessel. That's what any of us ever are. And to the level that we learn and grow and advance ourselves is to the level of how it'll be for you to reach information that you get. I don't usually work with the lower conscious level. For now, it's just usually I'll sometimes get stretched higher. My light changes pretty much every week. It gets raised by things I'm addressed with, things I resolve for people, and there's always a higher experience of the light and the brain to move differently that exist. So I just wanted to kind of give you some clarity. Like today when I speak Jesus, it's not that I'm Jesus or I become Jesus. The consciousness expands that I hold, and it reaches up to where he is. And through that clear experience, he's able to step in very pure, at least in my perception. And he's not the only one. There are many that have spoken through me. But I wanted you to understand, so you kind of knew what you were talking about, is we are all growing when we work on our path to become the vessel. If you know the Beatles, which I'm sure you all do, I saw George Harrison, who has passed, a few days ago speaking how he wished everyone would just get, we're just, the body's just the vessel, that we are truly all the spirit. And we're learning how to become a vessel so we can once again move into the oneness and allow spirit to have possibilities in the world. So that's my training. That's what I train for people to become and to do. And as people evolve, it's quite miraculous to see them change and how they interact with the world and choose differently, and how the world moves towards them differently. So, okay, just wanted to have some clarity so you knew what was going on here on this channel. So we have a couple of comments here. Let's see, Barbara. In my meditation last night, I set the intention to connect with the higher master that came through. I could see the outline of the person in a brown robe, but no communication yet. Barbara, that is excellent, because the first thing you learn is to see the shoulders, the head, and it'll have a color of a being. That's just the normal perception of how to see someone else that's out in consciousness and how their light shines. You may get to where you'll see the robe here and maybe white hair or dark hair. That's how they present themselves. And then you just need to ask, well, who are you? And begin to get yourself prepared to hear different level and frequency of voices. Very good. Okay, Anik. Oh, yes, I had one experience from the three masters you mentioned. I was able to have contact with one of them, the one who was here for the word, flight, and was Master Serapis Bey. What a surprise. When you begin to truly bring in masters that are connected to the Elohim, that are the higher people that we all know about, it begins to make you go, wow. That simply is a message that your consciousness is raising. And very good, Anik. Um, I'll be anxious to talk to you later today to hear more about that. So there's two of you here growing. Now, another benefit of sitting here on this channel is I know you can all at times see my aura, and it's always usually flashing. Auras flash. They don't go and stand still. But that light is coming to you and supporting you in your growth. So when you feel that love, that warmth, whatever it is, and how you feel the vibration, you're growing because it's touching you, and it's what light that helps you grow. So here's a message from Prime 3. We're very grateful for all the prayers. Thank you all so much. And very good. We're more than touched and willing to help. I hope he's still doing much better today. Thank you, Prime 3. And the heart. The heart is continually growing. It's not the brain. The brain moves down into the heart. The part of you, when you all of a sudden recognize, wow, Mother TheoSophia was right. I do love more, not only outside of you, but you. You have a capacity to. This is how you don't really know all. See, there just flash all the essences of love, because it will be different and something perhaps you haven't felt or seen before. Because our eyes see love, our taste buds will even taste it. You know, cooks are amazing, and if you find one that has that capacity to put that love that they hold in their heart in their food, and you'll feel much nurtured and very healing from it. So much to learn, so much in every step you take, and how you perceive and how you hold your light in where it's going. So we'll learn here in bits and pieces, and those who work with me are learning a lot every time. Learning how to see that robe, how to hear, how to interact, and what to do with it. It's not going to be a moment. It'll be the objective. It has already been many lifetimes, and that will continue. Light just went bright. Okay. So that was just a little tedral I wanted to say today. And does anybody else have any questions or thoughts before I bring in our guests today? Remember, we're working towards receiving a half-hour reading, healing, whatever it is you want with me. Because as we talk about it, just as we talk about this, you don't know what it is to experience a healing yet. You become so much light, and whatever we work with transforms. And my site, I can hear someone wondering about my site. I say it's unrestricted because things can become, like in the physical form, invisible and show me a way. And to get there and then illumine with the love, you'll discover that love is the greatest healer. It's not about this or that. Like now, where I have learned techniques over the years and worked with a lot of people using them, now it's basically sitting and representing that love. And as we talk, transformation happens. It's almost as I speak it, movement is happening. So it's different. But that's the gift of growing, and it happens and you're not even contemplating it. So I just want to get everybody's name down here for the list. Anyone else have questions or thought? Okay, so I hear another question. I guess I'm hearing your thoughts. Is there a specific spirit that is with me? No. It's more than even a team. There's just many. So if I'm asked a question, if the consciousness of the individualized me doesn't know, it will come to me, it'll be brought to me. And that's a gift of raising to being a mother. But we went to a church one night that it was a special celebration. These people from England were coming to work with people. And when it became my turn, the man says, I just want to know, how'd you get all these people around you? Because when I walk, it's a team. And that's how it all happens. You get validation from people around you, people that are similar to you, doing the same thing. And it's not about an individualized experience. It's about you begin to feel different. You can sense there's more. Your aura just begins to keep growing and growing and growing. And it's quite a magnificent thing. And the experience with God himself and Mother, for a long time it was just Mother. And then, and then it became the energy of Father also. So now they both participate, which gives me also access to a lot of other beings that I wouldn't have thought of or known. And angel-wise, Metatron is very aware of when I work with the angels and that his angels that he's over and how they come and they work and what they do. Yes, it's all very a large presentation, more than what you would think. But it's in a millisecond that it all just does. So yesterday I thought was not about me. It's about the light and the desire for those of you who yet haven't to reach a depth of knowing God and Mother and their existence and possibilities of presentation through you. But so many people in our world today, I'm sure you're all aware, don't really have the knowing about love and that their capacity of doing and living and creating even truly exists for them. They're stuck in the thought of being a human. And does that thought create a separation for me? No, because I can remember myself as that young child and that young girl. And I had to go through releasing patterns. It's the same as every other human. It's just that once any one of you do, that you're set free from that and you're beginning to understand what resides not only within but around you also. So that's why some of the meditations we do, we reach out to give them to the consciousness of the earth and to the beings and all the love. There cannot be too much love given. There cannot be too much love moving through the cells of our being in any one moment. It is, it's infinite. The consciousness of God in that way is infinite. And the sooner we all become aware of it, the greater we all become and understand our world and have a greater happiness. Okay. So I have my list up to date. Very good. All right. So I hope I didn't confuse you more. I hope that makes sense to you. And I don't really know what Jesus is going to talk about today. You know, our world is in the process of change. It always is, but it's a little bit more, some people would call it an upheaval. But it's important for those who understand light a little more that you have to hold on to the balance inside yourselves and know that light will always be more powerful and that light will always win. And as soon as I say that word win, I'm corrected, that light will always persevere. So don't be afraid. The fear allows all that is other than the light to be coaxed on and to move forward. So at some point when there is only light, there'll be no fear. And there'll be no, I don't even know what word to give it. It's such traumatizing experience now for many people as they can't even understand what seems like a moment our world has changed. And I know that everything is going to be okay. And that's where you come in your faith with God, is that you don't need to have to know how. It's just from experience you begin to know that it will. And it does. So we hope and can have courage for everyone to discover within themselves is that's just another, what would be a simple negative experience within ourselves. The earth too, a city, a state, have different patterns that they need to embrace and love and move. You can see, especially now, how the earth is going through this same experience in different levels and countries of the world. Yeah, there's no mistakes. And it's being spoken, it's being acted on. Why do we feel so a part of Ukraine? Because there's a part of us inside that remember war. You may not have acted or lived in it, but some part of your lineage has. And what we need to do is embrace that part. Thank it for bringing that awareness, but you are confident more than ever before that God and Mother who are here and all of those who've evolved are, and we have a lot of help from in the space world, not the ETs so much that are talked about that may be out there encouraging it, but the Arcturians, the Palladians, there's many that work and support us and working with us. And the world's not going to go poof. It's just not. There's a beautiful classroom that has over the years been built for all of us to grow from, and there's still so many more that need to move through it. So I want you somewhere, if you can, inside of yourself, let yourself relax and do your meditations. Feel the high frequency and serenity of that experience and begin to walk with it and let it radiate out through every cell of who you are. And that's a gift. That's a gift that Mother and Father are hoping for everyone to find and discover. And that's why I'm here, to help you. So there you go. So this is from where we were before. So no one other question? Any question about anything I said? Because questions are information. Always does it bring back something you maybe didn't know. And knowledge, not in the way we think of knowledge in the technology of the brain, but knowledge becomes wisdom, and that allows your heart to have a greater capacity to love. It's all very fascinating, if that's where you allow yourself to get. Yeah. So I'm going to expand my light, and right now I'm assuming Jesus is there, but I'm also prepared if it's someone different. I don't know. It's going to be whatever is necessary. I use that word for someone that may be necessary, who might even hear this in a few days. But something that is going to be supporting for someone stepping, if it's one sliver of a quarter of an inch further toward the light, then so be it. All right. Let me see. Okay. Well, it's already 11:32. So let's see if he has something short to say. And the only way you can get to where you hold so much light is by being very rooted deep into the center of the earth. Good morning, my brothers and my sisters. I have following me somewhat close is my mother, whom you know as Mother Mary. It was I who asked her to come today, and for this reason. For it is Mother Mary who worked with every single person upon this earth when they were born to develop their heart. The level and quality of light, the depth of love, generosity, and kindness. And also she was able to see the negative enhancement of that which has been left over from the lawless who had come before into our earth plane. So we both stand here for you today, and hoping that you can hear the frequency and the vibration of love and acceptance and gentleness, expansion and understanding. I myself send you great love on this day. I always perceive each day as a new day, a new breath, a new opportunity to have a new sight, and to grow on my understanding of humanity. Yes, I lived as human, and yet I have not, until recent time, lived in human in your world. The part of me who lives upon this plane now chooses to be alone, and yet not alone, not alone from the earth and the plants and the air and the mountains. But his heart is beyond the word gentle and kindness. So, this is not his time. As my namesake is Jesus, to resolve and to heal the world. And at his time, to remind you that he, in the simplicity, he can be just as you. And who's to say what's different and what's the same? So, I come in the breath, and I give that breath to Mother, to my mother, she who was chosen to expand her light to a level to bring the Son of God in within her human form. She too no longer lives as a form other than in sparks of her light in the world. But she does have the awareness of how she helped you all begin. And if there are those who help her in that journey now, I am assured that they have done their due diligence to become to the level of light she herself once had to find within her. Blessed hearts, for I can call you nothing less or more. The blessed hearts that you will hold are the gift from Father and myself. A gift to touch the world each day in a new profound way. An opportunity to love with a deeper awareness of the gift of life it gives. Kindness for many in your world is not known. For those who where it was placed and yet not reached its plausibility is simply that I had done what was asked of me. It is not that I touched every heart and illumined them beyond necessary. No. Each time I came into the essence of a form with a heart, it was to support the continuation of their legion of the hierarchy within them, or not. It was to follow and to increase, certainly, the amount of light, but in the uniqueness and difference of all souls. Some can be a drop, while some could be gallons and tons. And this is a choice of the familiar over time, from the beginning, through actions and thoughts, and movements and caresses. But here with me today, my heart is so filled with love for you, who have through all these things begin to let the beauty of your love radiate, who have begun to let the word simple be complex and multi assets of experience with other individuals, the world, the stars, and space and time. For you must never limit who you are can become, for there is no limit presented to you when your heart was began. The only limit comes from your perception of you, this human experience that took a breath and still takes breath. And there is resolution in even how you breathe and how much light comes through. While life on earth may seem simple, it is quite a majestic experience in your movement, in your contemplation, in your radiation. It is remarkable. There is no other word but remarkable for the process of the union of mother and father. And you, all of you, and all the world, and all the universe that I can see before me. So why today do I come speak to you? Because now it is time for you, if you feel inside, to help support the earth and the universe, all the way to the most smallest molecule or to the universe, far beyond yourself. To know love, a grand, great love of depth, of experience and knowing, of unity, compassion. I know you, as there was once a moment when I was there with you. I know your heart, a gift that was given to me by Father, and I am humbled. Remember, I ask simply for you to begin to remember and to be humble in the gift that was given to you perhaps a great while ago. Be gentle. Be gentle with this experience of light that you are, this spirit. Some can feel the wildness of that freedom. Some can feel the quietness of the peace it holds. And yet there are those who are frightened. So I lay around your shoulders my blue shawl to support you, that when you are afraid, for it to gently release light to remind you it is only love. It is the magic of the truth of God. It is love. My sweet souls, blessings beyond you know. Blessings. Okay. That was quite profound. I hope you all enjoyed it. At least you have an asset to keep hearing it. Yes, you're welcome, Barbara. Any thoughts or questions? A lot to contemplate, right? Well, tomorrow, our angel messages again. So I'll be here at 11. Is everybody coming back into the room where they are? That was quite an expansion. Bring yourself down into your root. Amen from Barbie. Yes. So now you know there's all these beings out there. And I'm sure all of you have more than you know already. Because it's quite a group we have. Maybe 9, 10, 12 of you, but much more in spirit. And Carrie says, awesome. Yes, it is an awesome experience. This is when there's just so much to bring into your heart. Can't think. You don't have a question. But please remember them for tomorrow. Because that's how we want to help you. So yes, tell other people to come because we're all growing. And why not let everybody in on it, right? In lots of ways that you don't even have an awareness yet. That was another big flash of light. Very good, Barbara. Thank you, Marby. I hope you have a great day, all of you. And let's remember to bless everybody in our prayers. You know, we're all a part of each other. We're all a part of the whole. Sometimes I see the piano. God sits at the piano and he plays. And he always looks at me, and then there's that dead note reminding me that we're not all in harmony yet. Reminding me of my purpose. So, very good. Very good. All right. Well, I want you to have a great day. You're all kind of soaring, it feels like. I want you to make sure you get very rooted. Down, depending on where you are, from where I'm at in Florida, it's down to the center of the earth in Hawaii. So just imagine halfway to the middle and reach there. Reach there and walk that way. If you're expanded and high, that isn't helpful. You must be rooted so that you can expand it out. If you go up, all this doesn't exist. But when you go down, you can expand and have your light be even brighter. All right? That's why it's so important to make sure your root chakra is very rooted and begins to grow as you grow. All right. If you have nothing else, I have a client at a few minutes, so I will say goodbye to you. And we can all be back tomorrow and maybe bring one person, then we're achieving something. All right? Thank you, Jesus and Mother Mary, for blessing us with your profound love. It's the only thing to say. Their essence is impeccable. You're welcome, Kathy. So, have a beautiful day. Choose to see with love. Choose to walk with love and speak it with love. Many blessings.